And according to WICD TV Channel 15 News in Champaign, Illinois, a new drugstore is coming to downtown Champaign. The Complete Care Pharmacy will also have convenience items such as groceries and little household common items, and that will be on Neal Street in downtown Champaign. Washington and Neal, I believe, are in that vicinity, pretty close to the gas station most people rely on right now. And in other news, a girl was saved by a quick-thinking doctor, according to ABC News in America. A girl with bubonic plague was saved by this doctor, and this is according to Kevin Dolak. And Shandayan Patel, MD. A pediatric critical care doctor's quick outside-the-box thinking saved the life of a 7-year-old girl who'd contracted a rare case of bubonic plague while camping in southwest Colorado. Sierra Jane Downing had come upon a half-eaten squirrel on a picnic with her family August 19th in Pagosa Springs. A passionate animal lover, the young girl asked her parents if she could bury the animal. Her mother said no. And she said, quote, "We told her to stay away from it, but when she went down to the creek to play with her 13-year-old sister, Sierra Jane went back to the squirrel, put her sweatshirt down next to it, and picked it up in the sweatshirt and put it around her waist," said her mother, Darcy Downing. And that's what she told ABC News. 5 days later, Sierra Jane woke up with a fever and was vomiting, and by 9 p.m. her father found her lying on the bathroom floor, they say. When he picked her up to bring her back to bed, the girl threw up again and then had a seizure. At that point, the girl's dad knew something was very wrong, and he rushed her to the local hospital near Pagosa Springs, which is near their home. Her clear chest x-ray, only slightly elevated white blood cell count, offered local doctors no clue that Sierra Jane had contracted the disease that had wiped out 1/3 of Europe's population in the 14th century, which of course is the bubonic plague. And ABC says while doctors called around to other Colorado hospitals, they managed to bring her temperature down to from 107 degrees to 103. After speaking with doctors at the Rocky Mountain Hospital for Children in Denver, they had Sierra Jane flown there. When she arrived at 5 a.m. the next day, she was still very sick but stable, so doctors placed her in the hospital's immediate care unit until under continuous monitoring. And at 6:30 Saturday, Sierra Jane's condition worsened, and it was then she was transferred to pediatric ICU for septic shock. And her father, Sean Downing, said all they could do was pray, and the doctors initially thought that Sierra Jane's altered mental state, which included delirium and hallucinations, was a result of a dose of the antibiotic ceftriaxone. I think I said that. Ceftriaxone. Ceftriaxone. Something like that. ABC continues and says Dr. Jennifer Snow saw the pediatric critical care specialist whose quick thinking proved so important, ran some blood tests on Sierra Jane as the girl was decimated intravascular coagulotherapy, meaning her blood would not clot. Snow then re-interviewed the family about where Sierra Jane had been and what she might have been exposed to. Quote, Mom told us the story of the exposure to the dead squirrel and exposure to the mouse droppings in chicken coops and exposure to a dead skunk, Snow told ABC News. By then, Snow was getting an inkling of what Sierra Jane might have contracted. Snow did an immediate literature search and found a report of a 16-year-old with a fulminant septic shock in the chest whose cause of death was listed as bubonic plague. Snow promptly contacted Dr. Wendy Drummond, a pediatric infectious disease specialist, who recommended starting the girl on gentamicin, an antibiotic used to treat many types of bacterial infections. Sierra Jane completed her course of antibiotics Wednesday and could be going home by the end of the week, according to Drummond. This is the first case of bubonic plague, they say, that either Snow or Drummond had seen in their careers. In Colorado, that disease that killed an estimated 25 million Europeans more than 500 years ago and was once called the Black Death, had not been seen since the year 2006. And you can see more about that at abcnews.com. And a Missouri mother and 3 girls died in a murder-suicide and the murder-suicide is what is suspected, according to the Associated Press. In DeSoto, Missouri, authorities say they suspect a mother shot and killed her 3 young daughters before killing herself outside her estranged boyfriend's home in rural eastern Missouri. And you can read more about that at AP's website, the Associated Press. And according to FoxNews.com, they say there is no evidence that Romney's tax records were stolen by hackers, according to PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is Romney's accounting firm. And they're working closely with the U.S. Secret Service at this time, and there is no evidence that their systems have been compromised or that there was any unauthorized access to the data in question, they say. You can see more about that, foxnews.com. And on Thursday, ex-NBC anchor Tom Brokaw, according to Reuters, was taken to the hospital for lightheadedness after accidentally taking a half dose of Ambien. In the morning, he mistakenly took a half dose of Ambien, and Brokaw was taken to the hospital, but he is now okay, we believe, and that's according to Reuters. And according to the Washington Post, Neil Armstrong, the first moonwalker, is going to be buried at sea, and that is scheduled to happen September 13th, 2012. And that according to the Washington Post. And we'll come back. I'll be right back with more news and the later weather right here on NewsView, South Central Illinois' newscast for you. Welcome back to NewsView. If you have any news or comments or community events, you can email those to me at newsview@email.com. Now back to the news. According to the Columbus Dispatch at dispatch.com, out of Columbus, Ohio, the number of human West Nile virus cases in Ohio has more than doubled in the last 2 weeks to 60, and 2 people have died so far in what officials call one of the most severe summers in the state of Ohio and across the nation. According to the Ohio Department of Health, 36 counties have confirmed West Nile cases in humans, mosquitoes, and/or horses. So far, there have been 4 cases among humans in Franklin County, they say. Of the 60 cases in Ohio, 47 people have been hospitalized with the onset of their symptoms beginning between July 10th and August 28th. And you can read more about that at dispatch.com. Now in TV ratings, the Democratic National Convention coverage was not top rated in the TV ratings. The NFL season opener was, but it was still down, but yet dominant, according to tvbythenumbers.zaptoit.com. And they say Big Brother and So You Think You Can Dance fell in the ratings. And they say NBC was the number 1 network with adults 18 to 49 and total viewers. And they say the NFL kickoff scored 5.5 adults 18 to 49. And that's down 14% from 6.4 Fast National for last year's telecast on Thursday, September 8th. The NFL football game featuring the Cowboys versus the Giants garnered a 8.7 among adults 18 to 49, down 15% from a 10.2 Fast National for last year's telecast on Thursday, September 8th. While at CBS, Big Brother garnered a 2.1 adults 18 to 49 rating, down 9% from last week's Wednesday high of 2.3. On Fox, So You Think You Could Dance earned a 1.4 adults 18 to 49 rating, down 7% from last week's 1.5 adults 18 to 49 rating. On the CW, Oh Sit scored a 0.4 adults 18 to 49 rating, which is even with last week's rating of that same show. So what happened was at 8 p.m. NBC won with the kickoff. CBS was in second place, Fox in third place, ABC in fourth place, and the CW in fifth place. NBC at 8:30 was in first place, and ABC was in second place with Suburgatory. At 9, I'm guessing these are Eastern times, ABC was in first place at 9. CBS was in second and CW in third. At 9:30, ABC was in first place. While at 10, CBS led with the Democratic National Convention Live, and ABC took second place. And if you want to see more of that, you can go to tvbythenumbers.zaptuit.com. And Dateline Boston, according to USA Today, a lot of returning troops seem to be prematurely aging. So that, according to USA Today, you can look that up with the headline, "War Might Be Making Young Bodies Old." And in other news, according to WICD-TV, again in Champaign, they say the Champaign Police Department's going to get firearms and use of force simulator to help train officers. This comes after the Champaign County Council voted 8-0 last night in favor of the simulator. The $48,000 simulator is being paid for with 2 years' worth of federal grant money. This device will help police train more efficiently and will be even better hands-on experience for law enforcement, according to WICD's James Fillmore. And from WCIA-TV Channel 3 and 49 in Champaign, the University of Illinois is where this happened, and a student with a disability and his caretaker both faced charges of sexual assault of another student who also has a disability. Champaign County State's Attorney Office says 21-year-old Brian O'Donnell is charged with aggravated criminal sexual assault. The alleged attack happened with a 20-year-old female student also disabled. Officials say O'Donnell's hired caretaker, 21-year-old Thomas Roman Jr., was also charged on the crime for allegedly helping O'Donnell in the act. Roman is due back in court September 18th. O'Donnell is due October 23rd. O'Donnell's lawyer says his client did not commit this crime, and they will continue to fight the charges. Police are continuing to investigate. That, according to WCIA-TV in Champaign. Oh, I'm Michael Badger, and stay tuned for weather right here on Newsview. And in our local Central Illinois Weather Department, Friday night tonight, thunderstorms with a low of 59 degrees. Saturday tomorrow, cooler, partly sunny with a high of 70. Saturday night, a low of 53 degrees Fahrenheit and mostly clear skies. Sunday, sunny skies with a high of 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And for your Sunday night this weekend, a low of 54 degrees Fahrenheit under mostly clear skies. I'm Michael Badger, and this has been your Newsview South Central Illinois weather forecast.
Hi, I'm Jeff Daniels. Want to play? I first picked up a guitar 30 years ago, and what started out as a hobby quickly became a way of life. Playing music isn't about perfection, it's about fun and self-expression. See how you can get started at wannaplaymusic.com.
People have good hearts. During times of disaster, they donate food, clothing, and other necessities. However, this leads to the cost of packing, transportation, and storage, which is why money is more effective. Give with your heart. Cash is best. For more information, visit www.cidi.org.
Hi there, I'm Michael Badger, and I do a program on UPTV called Newsview. It's a newscast seen Monday nights at 10:30 or 1 a.m. and Friday nights at 9 p.m. and midnight. And thanks for watching. I'm Michael Badger, and don't miss Newsview right here on UPTV Channel 6 or 99.